What's going on, guys? It's Patrick here, and today I'm bringing you the ultimate guide to Gorod Krovi. So what this video is going to be is a complete tutorial guide for this map. Going to be showing you how to do everything and then hopefully get you to a higher round. Now, there's going to be timestamps of every single thing in this map in the description. So there's going to be a list of everything like walkthrough, shield, pack-a-punch, dragon strike, specialist. So you can go down into the description, check out each individual thing if you're looking for something specific. If you guys could leave a like to support this video, let's aim for 10,000 likes. But basically, guys, this is the ultimate guide to Gorod Krovi. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so we're going to start with a full walkthrough of this map, basically just showing you where everything is as well as just helping you navigate. So this is just your typical spawn. It's Belinsky Square. In here, we have the RK5, the Shiva, Quick Revive, and the Gobblegum machine. Now, there's only one way out of this area, but before we leave, I just want to quickly also show there's these challenges just like we had in Setsubo located over here. So what these challenges are is basically just a typical challenge. The left one will give you a pack-a-punch weapon, the top one will give you a max ammo, the one on the right will give you a free perk, and the bottom is very, very important, and it's honestly the only extremely helpful one. It will give you the Gauntlet of Siegfried specialist weapon, which we'll look at a little bit later in this video. Now, they're just challenges as always that you can complete. So moving on from Belinsky Square, you're going to go into the department store, and we have the KRM on the first floor. That's about it. Now, if we go up to the second floor, there's going to be a LCAR-9 on the wall, as well as a Pharaoh over to the other side. Now, you can also kind of go out onto this little balcony here, and there's going to be a box location. So it's kind of nice. It's really, really close to spawn if you ever need it. Now, there's also going to be a door which leads to Juggernog, as you can see right there, and that's going to lead to the bunker. But that is not the area that we're going to cover just yet, because there's another door we can leave which will take us to power. So if you take this door up, it will take you to the third floor with a Kuda on the wall, as well as a Wonder Fizz machine. And basically, there's going to be two different ways we can go. So there's the Wonder Fizz machine. Our two paths is left, which will take us to the Infirmary, or the right path, which will take us to the Armory. Both ultimately lead to the power. So we're going to take this way to the Armory first just to show it off. But basically, you're going to open this door, and there's going to be a VMP on the wall right there, a box location, as well as that Gobblegum that you see me pointing at. Now, if you continue on straight, there's going to be a locked door by the power. As well, if you come up here, there's going to be this kind of neat area which helps you get to another section of the map, which is called the bridge. Now, there's also a part for the shield, which can spawn right in that location right there, as well as this first spot right here. And the third spot is actually going to be down below us. If you follow down here, it's going to be just down there as you see me picking that up. There's also Wonder Fizz, as well as another area that won't be accessible until we turn on the power. That is the supply. So this is the Armory area. That's where we came from. Now we can continue on to the left or to the right. That will go to the bunker. This will take us to power. Let's go this way. So this is the kind of big area, the big important area with lots of Easter egg stuff and all that kind of things. Basically, we've got a Gobblegum here, and then if you actually come into this area, you're going to find power. Now, up top is going to be kind of an important area. So you've got stuff on the wall, you've got a box location, as well as a Wonder Fizz in this area. But there's this area here is one of the three areas that you can actually take the dragon and ride it to Pack-a-Punch, which we'll be going over a little bit more in depth later in the video. So from here, guys, this is basically one route to the power. This is how we got here first. Now let's go back all the way to the third floor from the department store and take the second route. Okay, so we're back on the third floor now. That was the way that we just took. Now, if we go to the left, this is going to take us through the Infirmary, which is a very, very similar area to where we just went through. It's very, very symmetrical. So this area is going to have Stamina Up and the Argus on the wall, as well as a box location and Gobblegum. Now, this is the second piece for the shield, as you can see right there. It spawns in that location as well as two other areas. But before I show those next two areas, I just want to quickly note the bridge. So this, if on the left side there you see that sort of trap thing, if you buy that, it will open up the bridge, which will take you to this area that we just were. So it basically connects the Armory and the Infirmary. Now, heading down these stairs here, we're going to find our second spot for the shield, which can be right there. And then the third and final spot for this piece is going to be between those boxes right there. Now, you're going to see me continue down here. And we're not going to worry about this just yet. That also leads to the bunker. This leads out towards the tank section and would be closed had the power had remained on, and we'll cover that in just a little bit. Now we're going to go back and just kind of show you how this all connects back to the power. So we came from up those stairs right there. I'm just going to show you. Okay, so we came from these stairs right here. And this, again, was the infirmary where we've got our shield. We had stamina up. And if we go down these stairs, take a right, this is going to be, again, the power location. So the basically is just a loop. Now, if we go back to the second floor of the spawn, we're going to go to Jug. And this is, like I said, this is the third kind of route, the central route. And this is going to be leading into the bunker. So we've got a Gobblegum as well as our third and final piece for the shield. Now, normally what I do is I'll show the shield in another section, but because there's only one buildable, I thought I'd just throw it in here. So that's the second part where the shield can spawn, and then the third is actually going to be down into the bunker. You're going to see just on the left hand side here. So this is the bunker. This is a pretty important area. Good to remember this area. That's the third spot where the shield can spawn. So basically, once you get that shield, if you want, you can just throw it onto this single workbench. This is the only workbench on the map, and you can just go ahead and do it. So that is basically our three routes, the left, right, and middle bunker area. However, from the bunker, there's two more areas we can go. So I'm going to open this door. This is going to take us back up to the armory. So that's the power area, that is the bunker, and this is going to take us down towards the supply. So this was closed off before the power turned on. Now it's open. This is the supply, or what I sometimes call the library area. So there's this door that we can open right here. And again, this is another important area because it's one of the three areas where the dragon can spawn for Pack-a-Punch. That is one of the Grov modules that'll be important to note later. And there's also Speed Cola here, just located right there. So basically, again, where we're heading to now is one of the dragon locations, which is, again, will take you to Pack-a-Punch. Got an ICR on the wall, and this is basically just the little dragon section that will fly you over to Pack-a-Punch. Now, if we take a right here to this side here, right there, this will lead us back to the armory where the bridge was. So this was also closed off when power wasn't on, but you see that's the area. This is right by the bridge at the armory. Now, heading back down to the bunker again, guys, we're going to go to the left side this time and over to the tank. So this is kind of, remember, like the stamina up area, that goes to power. If we head back down here, we came from that bunker up the stairs, and this is going to lead us to the final area of this map, besides Pack-a-Punch, which is the tank. So the tank area is pretty straightforward. It's kind of like the equivalent to the library supply area where we just were. We've got double tap located right there, as well as the third and final dragon area. So for Pack-a-Punch, again, once you get the three things, which we'll throw a little bit later, this is the third area that you can actually fly the dragon to take you to Pack-a-Punch. Now, we've also got a box location here, as well as, I believe, an KN right there on the wall, and a Gobblegum. So this area is pretty straightforward. There's not a lot. We've got traps on the wall and stuff, but this is what I call usually just tank area. Now, if we head down these stairs here and take a left, this is going to take us back to the power area, back to the infirmary. So you can see how the map is quite convoluted, but everything just kind of loops back into itself. So it's complicated, but once you get it, it's very, very basic. Take some time to kind of familiarize yourself with the layout, the different name callouts. Now we're going to move on to the actual tutorials of how to do things in this map. And the first thing that we're going to start with is Pack-a-Punch. So you really shouldn't have too much of a problem with Pack-a-Punch. It's not as easy as Der Eisendrache, but it isn't too big of a problem. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is turn on the power, and then from there you can start looking for these drops that zombies will give you, which are known as cylinders. They kind of look like the fuse from Der Eisendrache, and they're basically just a drop, and you're going to want to pick those up and put them in the 3 Grov consoles. Now the consoles can be found at each of the 3 dragon posts. So the first is in the power room, as you see right there. The second one is going to be above double tap in the tank area, and it's this console right here. And the third one is at supply, and you're going to want to go down the stairs and you're going to find the computer is right here. Now, every time you put one of these in, you're going to get one of these big sort of tubes dropping down into the map. Zombies are going to run at it and you're going to have to defend it. Now, once you get enough kills, it will open up and give you one of the 3 parts for the Pack-a-Punch. And once you get all 3 parts, you're going to put it in this area right here down below the bunker, and this is going to activate the ability to call in a dragon. So you basically just go up to that console back there, press square on the dragon, and it will appear, and you can go ahead and fly to the Pack-a-Punch. Again, super easy. Okay, now while we're at Pack-a-Punch, the next tutorial that I'm going to show is actually located here, and it is for the Dragon Strike. So this is essentially a remote placed G-Strike that you can just set down and will just rain fire on all the zombies, absolutely obliterating them. So to start it, you want to go up to that console right there, press square, and it's going to start a 4-round sequence of zombies coming in through these barriers. And there's going to be 3 different barriers where zombies will come from, and on the 4th and final round, what it's going to be is every single area is going to be open, and you're just going to have a ton of zombies flooding in from everywhere at you. Now, it's not too hard as long as you're set up well. So make sure you have a Pack-a-Punch gun, make sure you have perks, make sure you have a lot of ammo, and don't waste that max ammo that it gives you, because that will stay there until you use it. So very helpful. And anyways, once you finish those 4 rounds, you can go up to the console, press square, and you will get the Dragon Strike. Now, the next tutorial that we're going to be showing is the Gauntlet of Siegfried, which is the specialist weapon, and it's this dragon that is a little flamethrower that breathes fire on all the zombies, as well as the 115 punch. So the first step for this is go to the hatchery, which is located below the Pack-a-Punch, and pick up this egg. You just shoot it, you can go up to it and press square. Now, from here, what you're going to want to do is go back to these challenges, because the 4th one is for the dragon egg. And the first thing that's going to say is bathe the dragon egg in fire. So you can take this to any one of the areas where dragons will breathe down fire and place it on a nest. I do at the spawn because I think that's the easiest spot to do it, but basically just place it down, wait for a dragon to come and breathe fire on it, and then you're going to have to wait 1 full round before it can actually cool off. So in my game, it's round 8. You're going to have to go all the way through round 9, the full round 9, and once round 9 has finished, then you can pick it up and move on to the next step. So the next step involves these 3 actually challenges. And what these are is the first one is going to be kill napalm zombies. So when zombies have fire breathed on them, they turn into napalm zombies, and they explode on impact. So just get a dragon to breathe fire on a horde of zombies, shoot them all, and that will take you to the next step, which is get penetrative kills. Now, you're going to need either an assault rifle or a sniper for this step that has probably been Pack-a-Punched or has double tap, but basically you just need to get a bunch of collateral kills. It doesn't really take that much, and once you get maybe 5 of those, it's not very much, you can move on to the 3rd one, which is melee kills. So for melee kills, I recommend just picking up the shield, going into a horde, just bashing a bunch of zombies. Again, these are really easy, and you will be able to go on to the final step, which is to incubate the egg. So go back to the hatchery down below and press square on this big tube-like thing, and what you can do is it'll just start this sort of little sequence where you have to defend the egg for a bit. Again, you're going to have to wait 1 full round after that has been completed, and then, guys, you can pick up the egg and go claim your reward at the challenges, guys, and you will get the very cool specialist weapon, the Gauntlet of Siegfried. Moving on, the next thing that I'm going to show you guys is how to upgrade the shield. So if you go into the description, you can find the 3 timestamps, which will show you how to find and where to find each of the 3 parts to actually build it if you're unsure. But this is the upgrade process. So once you have the shield, you need to get 30 kills with this sort of blast thing. I recommend just training up a whole bunch of zombies, waiting for them to come at you, and then just shooting that blast, which is the R2 trigger, with the shield. You're probably going to have to let your shield break and then repair it, because it's, you're not going to be able to get 30 full kills with just 1 blast of the shield, or you could just simply let it recharge. But anyways, once you have 30 kills, you're going to hear a little noise, and you can move on to the next step, which is going to be finding these 3 sort of purple writings around around the map. The first one is located at the top of the tower by where you ride the dragon at that back area right there. The second one is at another dragon spawn, which is just on that robot arm by the tank by double tap. And then the third spot is going to be found at this sort of pillar top of the wall area at the library or supply. Now, once you've hit those three things with your shield, you're going to need to make sure that you get your shield bathed in fire. Now, you can do this at any step, it doesn't really matter, but just make sure that your shield gets bathed in fire. And then from there, guys, you can take it to the belly of the dragon, which is located at spawn, put it in, and it's going to pop out as the newly upgraded shield, which is very, very cool. So basically, it just does more damage, as you can see there, and I think it lasts a little bit longer from zombies hits. But anyways, there you go. That is the very easy upgrade process for the shield. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be showing you guys are the 3 armor upgrades. Now, yes, in zombies, you have Jug, Widow's Wine, the shield, all for defensive purposes. But in Gorod Krovi, they added another layer of defense, and there's 3 different things you can get. They are the wings, the helmet, and the face mask. So these are relatively easy to get, and each single one has its own process. So the first one are the wings, and this will essentially shield you from fire, so you'll take less damage when the dragon breathes fire on you, and you also take less explosive damage. To get this, what you have to do is acquire the Gauntlet of Siegfried and fly to the Pack-a-Punch through all different 3 locations, and then it will make this big dragon noise and you will be able to get to it. The next one is the helmet, and what this does is provides extra armor against the manglers, as well as you do more damage now to the manglers. So to get this, you basically have to get headshots on these guys. So it is uncertain the number of headshots and kills that you want to get on these guys, but just when you see them, go straight for the head, and when you get enough after you've done the process, you will get another sort of noise that kind of is reminiscent of a big soldier panzer kind of guy, and you can go to this area on the map and pick up your helmet. The last one is a face mask for the Valkyries. This is probably the worst one, but to get it, you want to shoot the arms off of Valkyries and then kill them. And once you kill enough, you will again get it. You'll get a thing, and you can go ahead and get this located at the Jug area. So this essentially just gives you more protection from Valkyries and electricity. Now, you can only have one at a time. I recommend probably using the Mangler one. These guys can one-shot you if they get a crazy shot on you, so be very, very careful. And if you're gonna get one, definitely get that, especially for the Easter egg. So there are 4 melee weapons which can be acquired on this map by completing time trial challenges. The first one is the wrench, followed by the malice, then the axe, and then finally the Fury's song, which is the big sword. Now, I'm not going to go very in-depth on how to beat these because they are very difficult, and you simply just need to be an exceptional zombies player to get it. But in a nutshell, what you want to do is, for the wrench, you have to beat the first 5 rounds and complete the first 5 rounds in under 5 minutes. The second one is the malice, and you have to beat the first 10 rounds in under 13 minutes. The third one is the axe, and you have to finish 15 rounds in under 24 minutes. And the final one, the Fury Song Sword, is 20 rounds in under 32 minutes. If you have gobblegums, I recommend using them. It's not easy, but it's pretty cool. These aren't things that you really would want to use in a game. It's more honestly of just a cool thing to kind of have. Alright guys, so we are down to the final section of this tutorial, and I'm going to provide you with 2 strategies that I think should help you get to a higher round. The first is going to be a camping strategy, the second will be a training strategy. So first off, for the camping strategy, what I did to get to roughly round 35 was I sat at the dragon post in the supply with the Mark III, and I would just shoot it at the ground and make it the big like Gersh kind of black hole thing. And that is, in a nutshell, is what I would do. But it's a little bit harder than that because you do need to be quite set up. You're going to be having to use that trap a lot. You're going to have a good weapon as well, like a nice maybe turned or a fireworks, or even a blast furnace, something that will kill a lot of zombies with your double pack-a-punch. You're also going to need monkeys. I recommend having the Gauntlet of Siegfried, and definitely the Dragon Strike. It is so important. Now, this, like I said, I think I got to about round 35 here by myself. It's good, but this is more of a 2-player to 4-player strategy because you're going to have a lot of Valkyries shooting at you. It gets very hectic, as you can see right here, and the more players to just kind of have, watch your back, have safe moments, the better. You're also going to want to rock Alchemical Antithesis just so that you're not running out of ammo, as this strategy does tend to drain ammo quite quickly. Okay, and now for the training strategy. So I used this to get to round 45. I found it was pretty good, very safe. Honestly, I'm not the best zombies player at all, but this is something that I thought is better to lean on the side of caution on this map, as it is quite risky, quite dangerous, a lot of chaos. So this is kind of a full or half map train what I'm doing here. And essentially I'm going through the department store 3rd floor into the Armory, using the bridge to get to the Infirmary, and then back to the department store. And essentially that is my train. And I'm just running through there, running through there, running through there. Now, how I recommend doing this is have one gun, which is just like any sort of assault rifle, anything that shoots quick. Maybe a VMP because it's on the wall, with fireworks. That is the best gun to kill zombies on this strategy. And also have your Mark III as your safe gun. I was first using my Mark III as a gun to just kind of kill zombies, but that is not the way you want to go. You want to use fireworks. Fireworks last for about 3 seconds, and because it's such a long horde that follows you, it takes a long time for the zombies to kind of get to it. And if you use something like fireworks that has a large kill radius, that is your best bet. And again, just use the Mark III, use your Gauntlet of Siegfried, use your Dragon Strike, use monkeys, everything to save you. The only real problem with this strategy is the manglers will kind of start to build up, so you want to be very aware of them. And whenever you see one, plant down your Mark III and kill it with the Gersh Blast. So honestly, guys, that is pretty much this strategy. It is effective and safe, and I think that's the more important thing here, is that you have a safe strategy. You can do a little tiny train if you want, but I think this is a strategy that will last and help you get to long, really high rounds. So guys, that's it for the guide. That was very, very long, and if you're still here, I hope you found at least something helpful there. The Ultimate Guide is something that I've been doing since back in the days of Black Ops 2 and Transit, and I'm really happy that this is still kind of going on along with the channel. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, please feel free to leave a like, support this video. That would be awesome as well. Subscribe to the channel if you're new for more content, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.